I always find it funny when like so sometimes your mates when you sometimes your mates will want to play on their own. They've had a bad day. They don't really want to join the call, and they don't want to play the game that you're playing, and that's fine. I'm not mad about it. But like we found it funny. I talked about it with my friends. We found it funny the concept of like asking someone to play, like, "Hey, do you want to join?" And, and then they immediately go on "Do Not Disturb." They didn't even message back. They just go. That's like that's essentially like someone knocking on your door while you're at home. You looking out the window to see who it is, immediately closing the blinds and just locking the door. You're not even going to say hello. That's pretty good, actually. Getting 35. Well, getting to 35, not getting 35, is pretty good. See, like something like that is ideal, but then if you go, well, next session, I do this all the time. If you go, well, next session, I should also increase the weight, you'll not set yourself up for failure, you'll set yourself up for disappointment and despair when you don't get that, which is kind of sucks. It happens all the time. It's cringe, so cringe warning, but like uh never mind. I was gonna say progress isn't linear, but like I don't know, I feel like I feel like sometimes uh the boring advice is like the most helpful. It's just people hear it so often they kind of just don't want to hear it anymore. And I totally get that. The only piece of advice that I still think kind of sucks is, oh, you'll get it eventually. Once you get it, you get it. Shut the fuck. So now, if I get, say, I get 35, this is what I do. I wouldn't recommend that you do this because it's probably wrong, but it's just what I do. Because my main focus is increasing weight with quality over time, not like I get that is the point, but like I find a lot of people's focuses are sometimes other things when I look online. So I'm just clarifying. So as soon as if I get, say next time, I get 10, or even 9 sometimes if I'm feeling, or even 8 really, it's kind of if I'm feeling like a wanker, and then I'll get like 4 reps and say I'm shit. So yeah, if I get this for 6 in the set that I'm about to do, that's ideal. And then hopefully next time I get something like 8, which is like again pretty good. And then the next time I increase the weight. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes I'm really lucky and stars are aligning, and I've had a really good morning. I've hit every note, and then I go right. Last week I got something for 6. I do that for the first set here, and then I beat it. So then I get 10 instead of 6 this time on the first set, and then on the next set afterwards, I increase the weight. That shouldn't be a normal, but sometimes on a bulk it is. But I wouldn't look at this and go, why aren't I doing that? Because it doesn't really work like that. I'm probably doing it wrong. Don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting on my progress. I do quite well, but don't always take like whoever you watch is work as gospel, because it's often not, and it could be wrong, and it might not work for you. So, because I mean, I can't even guarantee it's working for me. Very nice. Got 27.5 on this. I almost went to 30, and then decided I was a poor decision. Who the fuck is Grimace? I thought it was the bloody clown. Who the fuck is Grimace? Jesus, setting that up is ridiculous. I looked after a bird on Saturday. It like it like fucking bolted into our window of like the bedroom and just conked onto the window and just onto the floor. And I was like, I really hope it's not dead because that'd be kind of sad. And there's nothing like kickstarting a nice weekend away like a dead bird. So I went outside and I did the smart thing, picked it up with my bare hands, and obviously I washed them afterwards. I'm not a savage. I sort of stroked its head, trying to inspected it, and it was breathing and it was blinking. It was just really dazed. Obviously, I think if I ran into a window, I'd be dazed too. Wow, I can really connect with nature. But yeah, no, it was conked. So we just I looked it up, and apparently they sort of clear up after an hour or two, max. And so we just put it, we put it outside so that it could fly off whenever it wanted to. But I put it on like a sofa on a like tea towel, so it obviously had air, but like something couldn't just run up and grab it while it's dazed. So and it ran off. We called it Valiant. So yeah, and then it fucked off. But it jumped around and looked at us and then like fucked off. So it said thank you, which was very polite. Nice, that'll do. Never mind. Pretty good though. Anyone else play a game called Cats and Soup? Because it's awesome. And it's exactly what it says on the title. It is, you get cats and they make soup. I can't drive, and I know I can't speak on this. But let me just remind everyone that indicating isn't optional. You don't just especially on roundabouts, I feel like people just don't indicate. And then when someone tries to go out thinking that they're going a way that they're not, the driver that's not indicating suddenly goes, "Oh, what a fucking idiot!" Okay, I've been doing this wrong this entire time because I've been stretching it out, doing it up there, and then pushing it down when I should be sort of hanging over it. So I should probably put this a little bit. It's a bit too far, like that, and hanging over it. I should be hunched over it rather than it being a sort of that, because then it's sort of the long head when I'm stretching it like that. I don't really, or something like that. Something like that. Something. Depending on what you're watching, it kind of ruins the dinner. And I know some people are built different, and they're just so godly because they can eat without. What do you do? Do you just think? How awful. Eating without a video. Do you just watch things happen? That was big. Now I'm gonna try and I'm gonna add another set for biceps, but this time really close to the bar instead of far away. So it's more here rather than here. And we're gonna slap on 30 and see what I can do with that. 25, not 30, 25. I've been playing a lot of Alien Isolation, and I fucking love it. I think it's great. I think I'm nearing the end of it. I have the flamethrower. I don't know how close to the end I am. I'm at the bit where they lock down all the exits. Spoilers. But it's fucking brilliant. There's a certain point where, like, I feel like when the alien becomes an actual like entity in the game rather than you just hear it, you know, at the beginning where you just sort of hear it around, and then it actually like starts becoming like a entity in the game that you can get attacked by, is the point where running becomes obsolete. It ceases to be a feature and becomes more of a nerf. God forbid you run in that game. Because running is like screaming, I'm here. Don't run. Because the moment you start running, no matter what it is, the alien bolts it in your direction, like sprints in your direction. It's like shouting walkies to a dog. Don't run in Alien Isolation. Actually, unbind it. Whew. Pretty good. We'll close that off then. I might keep that at the end because I don't feel like in the past, the reason why I keep like so many, like it's quite very low volume on mine, is because when I've had like an extra couple sets on the end, it just feels like I'm like spitting in the wind. So like, I don't progress. It sort of just keeps it the same weight. So maybe we'll try it again next time and see how it feels as well. But that felt fine. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow for chest and shoulders. This week should be clear, by the way. I've got nothing planned. So this week is fine. The only thing that's coming up at the end of August is Reading. So, but that's on the weekend. So we should all be clear unless work decides to fist me. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and sticking around and giving me support. Because the support is really nice. Like the comments are great. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.